Fuck off.
That wasn't mean enough.
I know. I can't do it. I've been trying to not laugh ever since I put this freaking mustache on.
Hey,
It's impossible.
Dave, do you know Wilma?
Flintstone?
No, Wilma.
Flintstone?
No, Wilma.
Wilma who?
Wilma balls fit in your mouth?
Jesus Christ.
Welcome back to the Five Dirty Bikers podcast.
Hey everybody, welcome back to a special Halloween edition of Five Dirty Bikers podcast. The five of us are here today with a special guest. I want to introduce Chris and Dustin from Nerds, Geeks, and the Kitchen Sink podcast. Guys, thank you for joining us on Halloween.
Hey, thanks for having us, guys.
Glad to be here. Thank you.
Awesome.
I'm just looking at. Hold on. I'm just looking at Ryan.
Oh, shut up.
I know it's your show, but shut the fuck up. He's either a goth Jesus or Denethor from the Lord of the Rings when he was cursed.
Either way, somebody's getting penetrated.
Either way.
Well, he's not Jesus, I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
I have my beautiful night kimono on right now. I mean,
Hey, stand up, kimono.
Yeah, we can't
No,
see.
do not stand up because chances of pants are slim.
Show it off.
The kimono might
Yeah, I
be
don't-
open. Say, just sit down.
this is
Have
a
you
pantsless
seen?
podcast.
Have you seen? What is that fucking Silence of the Lambs? Just saying.
He put the lotion on the skin twice.
The man might be in
Yeah.
full tuck mode.
Is his last name Tucker?
Yeah.
I just got that.
Well, wait a minute. Tony, where the fuck's your outfit?
Yeah. Where is it?
Well, see. Last year I brought you the glory hole. This year I bring the wall of glory.
Oh my gosh.
For the advanced users with pterodactyl holes. And then in the lower section of the wall of glory, we have, inspired by Brittany, the pegging hole.
We can't
The
see
left and
pegging
the
hole.
right hand reach around holes if necessary.
Hey, you got to lift it up. We can't see that, man.
You can't see. Oh, whoa,
There you go.
look at that.
It's the wall that keeps on giving.
It looks like it's been well used too. I noticed there's stains all
Yeah,
over.
where'd that stain
Are you
come from?
picking up on that? See there?
Tony, is that used? There's stains all over that, bro.
That doesn't
Yeah,
look
that
like a coffee stain.
That was
Hey.
intentional, I think.
Hey, man, the wall of glory. It's not for your beginner. It's for advanced users only.
It's for your finisher, right? Not for your beginner.
For a finisher. That's right. It is.
Somebody looked
This
like they
here
finished
is what
on
I
it.
like to call the starfish hole. With the optional reach around holes if necessary.
Did you get that out of the Love's men's room over on 64?
I did.
There you go.
Sounds like
I'd see
Dave's
that.
been there more than
I
once.
stopped there once for gas and ran.
That wall and that fucker looks like whack-a-mole.
Can you go ahead and tell us a little bit about your show?
Who's leading?
Go ahead, DK.
Oh, boy. We do nerd stuff. It's like hanging out at a video store. You're just going to get random
You know how many
about-
times have we talked about this?
Yeah, I still don't know how to describe the fucking thing. Look,
Exactly. I have to interrupt you every time.
That's why I offered it to you. We talk about, like, if there's a new Marvel movie, we're going to talk about it. If there's a new horror film, we're going to talk about it. If there's a new TV show, we're going to talk about it. Just all the stuff.
All right, let's jump right into some Halloween stuff. Are you ready? This is a little thing I call slasher cycle trivia. So a little thing I thought of a couple years ago when we did our Halloween special, we did a scenario where one of us asked another person, all the Universal Monster movies, what motorcycles would they ride? This time we're going to do it with slashers. So you've got really like a top 5 or a top 6, right? You got Leatherface, you got Freddy, you've got Michael Myers, you got Chucky, you got Ghostface. So we're going to kind of go over what we thought about as far. Well, he's in there too.
All right.
But we're just going to kind of go over maybe what we think that these guys would ride, because they're different types of serial killers. They do different things and they do them differently. So, of course, you're going to have a different style motorcycle that goes with each one. So let's start with good old Freddy Krueger.
Freddy, the man can't ride a motorcycle. He's got knives on his hands.
Yeah, he can't twist the throttle.
No, he's going to need a Can-Am. He's going to need a Can-Am to ride.
There is a Freddy Krueger motorcycle in one of the films. He possesses a motorcycle. I believe it. Yeah, I believe it's part 4.
I think that's a Ducati too.
So there you go. Give him a Ducati.
See, and that's what I chose. Ducati Monster was the motorcycle that I chose for.
Ooh, right.
You're
Good
so
one.
full of
Nice.
shit.
Oh, there you go.
I got my list right here. It says Ducati Monster right at
Well,
the top.
I
of it.
got one here too. Wait a minute. Let me write Ducati
Yeah.
Monster on it.
No, Ryan says Bukaki Monster.
I was trying not to say that.
No, Dustin's think alike, man.
I was trying not to say it.
You can say it if you want. Anybody else? What does anybody else got for Freddy?
Speaking of Bukaki,
that
that
one I
beard
couldn't
you
come
have
up
there,
with.
Brittany, looks a little bit like a glazed donut.
I don't know how it looks like a glazed donut, but
It's got a glaze on it.
Okay. I got an
this is
85
a
Harley Wild
handmade
Glide.
beard.
Oh, nice.
What's that, Chris?
I said for Freddy, I had an 85 Harley Wild Glide,
Okay.
the FXWG.
Okay.
That's a very specific motorcycle there.
I know,
It
right?
is.
I did my research.
Yes, he
nice.
did.
Anybody else?
I'm putting that crabby fucker on a Can-Am. He can ride it with one hand.
Can't get any angrier.
Can't get any angrier.
Hey, Brittany, did you wash that mop off before you put it on your face?
Yes, I did.
Looks clean.
Did you get that mop from the porn store? The janitor's closet?
Was it in the janitor's closet?
Is that a floor mop?
Okay, well, for Freddy, I've got an old rusty chopper that would be leaking, kind of like the boiler room.
Hell yeah.
So,
Oh, that's a good one.
It's got to be rusty. Yeah.
yeah, imagine an iron head that's all rusted up, leaking.
That's easy.
Yeah. All right, anybody else till we move on to our next slasher?
No, let's get to the next one.
All right. Let's go with good old Leatherface.
Get that bitch Leatherface. What movie was
Actually,
that?
the oldest. Actually, the oldest of the list we're going to have tonight. 1974.
4.
Yep.
1974.
Yep. Got to be a heritage, all leathered out.
Leather heritage.
I went
Some
with
with a pulse heart.
I went with a Kawasaki KLR 650 because that thing is
What? No.
indestructible.
There wasn't no KLR 650 in 72.
You see how big that
That,
dude
that
was?
doesn't
man?
matter.
That's a big dude, man.
Is he a time traveler?
It's been around for a long time. He's
He
still
just had a
alive.
movie last year. He's fine. It's all good.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
can
see?
have that.
I actually thought that movie was good, too.
What, the one on Netflix?
The school bus?
I did not think it was great.
Well,
I thought it was there were some fun kills, I guess.
the
Yeah,
school bus.
about 30 minutes worth of film in it.
Yeah.
I went
gonna-
with
Go ahead, Brett.
I think that for him he needed something really loud. I went with the VMAX.
Okay.
Well, he should ride Ryan's bike if he needs something really loud.
Yeah, I should have said that. You're right.
You just sit foot on the Kang. Yeah.
Yeah, needs to get on the Kang.
So I've got a 74 FLH. Because you got a Texas, you got a Texas boy who's going to want to ride American. FLH just screams 74. With a nice little sissy bar with a rack on the back to carry that chainsaw.
Do you need
I
Yeah,
kind of
if it-
also went
that's
with a 74. 74 shovel head with 8 hangers.
Oh yeah, because
That way he can get that good
Firing
swing.
out specific shit.
I
over
know,
here.
right?
I mean, I thought you guys weren't into motorcycles here. Hang on.
Wait, this way.
I'm a little.
He
Hey,
is.
I
is.
grew
worried
up
about
with.
some of you guys.
Okay, I grew up with an uncle that was a club member in Illinois. I'm not going to go any further than that.
That's as far as
Then
you
I
gotta
have
go.
another. That's as far as I got to go.
Yep.
Then I have another uncle that, to show off their bikes, which he had I want to say a 78 Electroglide, I think. I'm not sure on the year on it. But anyway, they stole a slag boulder from Grant City Steel to show it off at a bike show. So I've been around motorcycles a long time.
I was gonna say you're pulling out fucking iron heads with fucking ape hangers and very specific. All
Like
right,
I said,
all right.
I do my research, so I figure with the ape hangers, he's got that big swing with the chainsaw. So
Yeah, we're outclassed on this shit. Dustin, I'm telling you right now.
I told you they were a good guess.
We can't. We don't know movies this well. All right, keep going.
go for it.
Ryan, Percy.
I already told. We just said
I already told you,
Leatherface,
man.
right?
Leatherface.
Yeah, I said the Kawasaki KLR 650.
Right. Okay.
That big motherfucker's gonna be cramped up on that sumbitch.
Moving on.
Moving on.
DK?
Let's go.
Motorcycle.
Yes. Correct. How about some Child's Play? What about Chucky?
I'm putting that little fucker on a Grom.
Same.
I was going to say that. Grom or a monkey?
Yeah,
I
put
did
him
the
on
Honda Monkey.
I was going to say the Trail 125, the Honda Trail 125.
He could ride in the basket. That way his hands would be free.
We were all on the same page on this.
Yeah.
One.
Yeah.
I just had one of those electric scooters from Walmart, so
Geezer
Oh,
card.
that's a good one
that's a
too.
good
Oh,
one.
that's a good one.
That
too.
was really
A
good.
Walmart geezer card.
For
Yeah.
Chucky, I'd go the other way. Like, put him on the biggest thing you got.
his arms
badass.
wouldn't reach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll figure it out. He'll have one of his weirdo offspring do it or something.
His woman.
He's got a team. He's got a bride. He's got a seed. He can do it. He can work the pedals or whatever there is. Are there pedals? I don't know how to.
They're all
You
they're all
crank it,
stacked
right?
on top
Then
of
you have
each
to put-
other
you-
like little rascals.
Yeah,
Yep.
Chucky, big one.
All right. Moving on. Michael Myers.
Michael Myers. Ooh.
Something sleek.
I went with moped.
A moped.
From what I remember of the
moped.
Halloween movies, everyone was just like really slow and stupid. So I went with
Hang on.
moped.
You got the man wasn't quick. We'll give him that.
It was not. But
was not
neither were
quick.
any of the people that got attacked. I mean, they just
Well, they were nervous. They were afraid.
I put
hard to
I
move
put Michael
under those
Myers on an HD deluxe Cholo style.
Cholo,
Yeah.
I'm putting him on the Terminator Fat Boy.
Fat
That
Boy.
way he has that little groove back there to put his machete where fucking Terminator put his shotgun
Machete.
in.
Michael Myers with a machete.
Oh, with the knife. With the I'm sorry.
wow, that's
With the-
sin.
See, I'm outclassed here, dude. I'm telling you.
It's all right.
He can use whatever he wants. Who cares?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with anything with an Evo in it because that fucker don't die.
Ooh, look at you.
That's a good one.
I don't know. I know they made the Halloween Kills movie, but you honestly think that's the last one they're gonna make?
Dude, that
Wait,
motherfucker's dead.
have you seen Halloween Ends? Did you see Halloween Ends?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I meant. Halloween
Oh, yeah.
Ends.
He's dead.
I haven't seen it yet, but it's on the list. He's
He's
dead.
dead.
I won't give you any spoilers. Unlike
Or we
other
could just
people
we
who
could
are
just
trying
say
to spoil
spoiler alert.
things.
Yeah, we could just say spoiler alert. Just go
Spoiler,
and say
the
it. Yeah, he's dead.
motherfucker is dead. Guaranteed.
I don't think Michael's evil will ever die.
No.
Well, you all are talking on the next plane shit here because physically that motherfucker's dead.
Maybe. He
No
might be.
coming back.
There's no coming back
Did
from
he go
that.
into Ryan's wood chipper?
It's close.
Close.
He's fucked up. Let's just go with it.
Look, they'll find a way. They're going to bring it back.
Yeah, they better have a lot of fucking needle and thread is all I'm saying.
All right.
Sew that fucker back together.
All right. Now we got a bonus one.
Boner.
Hey, did we forget Jason? Did we hit Jason
Oh,
Voorhees
we didn't
yet?
do Jason,
No,
did we?
And we didn't do
All right.
Ghostface yet either.
Yep, we didn't.
Then
Thanks,
who?
Ryan. Ghostface. Scream.
Scream. We didn't do
Scream.
Jason Voorhees or Ghostface.
The problem with Ghostface is that so many different people are Ghostface.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Well,
how
we
do
didn't
you...
do Pinhead either.
Oh.
That was an angry motherfucker. Very angry dude.
Well, I
Pinhead's
went
pretty calm.
on
He's pretty
Tony's
chill.
route. I put Jason Voorhees on the Fat Boy.
Did you?
Yeah.
Is that the one you said was from Terminator?
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah. Put him... Yeah.
Yeah.
That-
Jason,
Yeah,
I
I
put
did
Jason
the-
on the Fat Boy. I put Ghostface on a Kawasaki Ninja, a black Ninja, right? Just because
Oh,
it's like
really?
kind of like that. He's kind of like the modern killer, right? Because
But
he's
that,
got that.
but that
sleek
dude can't,
robe
he can't
and-
ride a bike because his dress would get
mask.
caught up in the wheels
Right,
and the
and
gears and chain
up
and
in the-
shit. Yeah.
You could put Jason Voorhees on a fucking Schwinn and he'd get you.
I did a
I'll just say
114
any-
big twin, Fat Boy.
Okay.
I put him on a trike. He's been around so long, his knees are all beat up and shit. He just, you know.
That son of a bitch is a little beat up.
I would just say anything off road because he's got to go through the camp woods to get.
Put
all
him on
those
a KLR
counselors.
650.
There you go.
There you go.
Chop it up, motherfuckers.
Nice.
What's with the bonus is Pennywise, right?
Yeah, Pennywise. What would Pennywise ride?
Pennywise.
I got
Yeah.
that motherfucker on a
He'd
on a
ride a
Vespa.
dick is what he would ride.
I put him on a Vespa because that just seems like, just like slow rolling through a neighborhood, that clowny bastard slow rolling through a neighborhood on a Vespa.
With his balloons.
yeah, exactly. Just seems-
That's actually pretty good, Ryan. I'll go with that one.
that's the creepiest thing I can think of.
A little
That fucker on
Italian
a
scooter.
Vespa.
Yeah. I'd say that. That's good, Ryan. So I wonder, Pennywise is all about the floating. They all float. He's in the sewer. I wonder if he's talking about all the shit that's going through it.
I want to know how many drugs Stephen King has to do to write this shit.
Oh, he did a lot. back in
Yeah,
the
it has to
70s.
be a lot. And I mean,
If you've ever
substantial
seen him-
shit, too.
Yeah,
Not-
if you've
not
ever
for
seen him on an
beginners.
interview,
He
he's
admitted
not
to
a
it, yeah.
normal dude. Yeah,
No.
he's got some problems.
He writes some fucked up shit, dude. It's hard to follow. You know what I mean?
He's got some mommy issues, I think.
You think?
Wow. I'm just glad that Pennywise isn't from Louisville because the way that Tony's bathroom takes a beating, I don't think there'd be any room
It
for any
sure
clouds
does,
in the
man.
fucking sewer.
It's not so bad now since most of the kids are gone.
Hey, the funny thing is that we're talking about murderers. Legitimately, when we went to Mama Tried last year, we stayed in that same hotel that was featured on the Dahmer documentary that was on that Netflix series. So in Wisconsin, it's right across from the rave where they hold Mama Tried at in downtown Wisconsin. And that's the hotel we stay in. And that show does not do it justice. That hotel is very cool, but it is creepy as fuck knowing that you're staying in a hotel that Dahmer did some business in. So
That
We
is
got
creepy.
that Waverly Sanitarium here in Louisville that's been on a lot of those ghost shows and shit.
Yeah.
It's a creepy fucking place.
I've seen that one. Yeah.
Yep.
It's pretty sketchy. My wife grew up, her neighbor was Mel, I forgot his last name. Motherfucker killed his wife and buried her in the backyard and got away with it.
Jesus.
that was
And
your
then
wife's
when
neighbor?
he sold, it was my wife's neighbor when she was a kid. When he sold the fucking house, he left the pictures in the vents. Oh. And the new people found the pictures
Of his
oh
wife?
my
of
God.
his wife.
Oh.
But yeah, the motherfucker killed her and buried her in her backyard and got away with it, dude.
Like, what do you mean by
Until
got
they
away
found
with
the
it? Like,
pictures.
they found out about it after he was dead or what?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was her childhood neighbor. Yeah.
Ugh.
Mel McNaughto or Mel something like that. You can
Is that
Google
down in
it.
Kentucky?
McNugget.
Damn.
Well,
McNaughto, I think was his
McNugget.
last name. Mick got away with it. You know, we were talking about that. And my buddy of mine goes, "You should get one spouse.
a dead
you get,
wife?
You get out of sit out of jail free card.
Oh my god.
After that, you got to go to jail. But the first one's a freebie.
That's wrong. Really wrong. All right. Well, we could do a nice little scenario here too. It's the zombie apocalypse. You
Oh
have
fuck!
you have one bike to get you around everywhere. What do
You don't want a
choose?
Harley. You want something reliable.
Yeah. Mine's a Schwinn.
Yeah.
Mine has
You want a
pedals.
Honda.
Yours says pedals. That one was hard. Honestly, I decided that you just should not have a motorcycle in a zombie apocalypse.
Hey man,
Yeah,
Daryl
that
rode
doesn't
that
make sense.
motherfucker for
Daryl,
9
I'm
seasons,
serious.
Yeah, no
man.
shit.
Been riding that 11 years,
and that son bitch is janky too. I might add.
and he's getting another one next Sunday.
He rode.
Yeah, in Paris, right?
No, next episode he gets reunited with the motorcycle.
He
Gets his
rode a
motorcycle back.
he rode a chopper for a while
Yeah.
before he built that one in a box, that bike in a box.
Let me tell you what. If I had zombies behind me, a chopper would not be the bike I'd want to be on.
Nope.
Tony won a ZR1.
See, no, that you get fucked up on that. You need something reliable.
You get fucked up on that.
You get fucked
I mean,
up
you
on
need
that.
something quiet too, though. You don't want to make a lot of noise.
Yeah, that's just sensible.
A ZR1 be fast. They'd never catch you.
Yeah, but how you going to charge that motherfucker? The grid's down.
Potatoes.
Can't charge it.
You can charge it with potatoes.
What? No.
You never did that experiment? You could definitely charge a motorcycle with potatoes.
It may take you a year and a half.
So what's your zombie bike, Tony?
It ain't a fucking zero, I can tell you that. I don't know. I got to think about that. It'd have to be something reliable, something fairly quick, but not too fast where you get fucked up. But zombies aren't quick. You know, if you could do 35, you're in business.
See, I think you need something light too. I mean, KLR kind of makes sense for a zombie apocalypse, right?
Like
'Cause
a 250, like a
Yeah, 'cause
KLR
it's-
250.
Yeah, because it's light. It'll go through anything. It's indestructible. You can
Yeah.
fix it with some duct tape and a pair of pliers and some chewing gum.
There you go. Because, you know, that zombie's running, what, maybe 2 miles, 3 miles an hour tops? Them some bitches are slow.
I don't know.
Right.
Some of those movies, they got quick ones.
Yeah, it depends
see,
on the
that's- that's-
depends on
You
the
gotta be able to
film.
carry shit on
Yeah.
there, man.
It
Yeah, if
depends
it's
on-
World War
See,
Z
you're not
zombies, you're
outrunning
fucked.
shit. Yeah.
Dude, you could be on a fucking sport bike with those World War Z motherfuckers and you out running them. Some bitches were quick
They were quick.
and
Yeah, Dawn
aggressive.
of the Dead zombies were quick too.
Were they?
Yeah.
The remake.
And the remake, yeah.
Remake.
Yeah.
Well, the ones in The Walking Dead are very slow.
Yeah, they're not the
Till
running
next
dead,
year.
No.
Till next year.
They're proper zombies.
the jogging dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
New versions, new models will be quicker.
Need
Yeah.
someone with good gas mileage, too.
I get a
Gas is
scramble.
premium.
Yeah. For this one, I picked an old school, almost damn near indestructible dirt bike, KR 480. Or, yeah,
Dirt bike would be.
an
Man,
83
you were-
KR 480R.
You were really Googling, man.
Yeah.
No, I used to have one a long time ago
Chase
when I was like
zombies with it.
13. Yeah.
See, he was thinking outside the box. Dirt
Chris,
bike.
were you supposed to give me these questions? I did not receive these questions beforehand.
I sent them to you yesterday if you look
No,
at
you
your
didn't.
phone. Yes, I did.
What?
Well, Chris is very prepared.
I'm gonna look at my phone, and if I don't see these questions,
Is it an Android?
yes, it's an Android.
There's,
go.
there's the problem.
Look it up right there.
Where did you send it to me?
I sent it on text message.
He sent it on a text message to an
All right.
Android. He didn't go through.
No, you did. You did not. You did not. What you sent me was
It's in green, dude.
couple of
Look for the
things.
green.
Movie bikes that well, I'm not going to give things away, but there's no specific list. This is what I have. There's no
I didn't
list.
give
That's
you
what I
a
have.
specific list. You got to look up your own shit.
I didn't know there
I
were
gave you the
specific
questions.
questions. No one told me. You did not send me the questions.
I sent you the same thing that Thacker told me. So
Why
I
can't
Are you
tell you
guys
this,
married? Are
I
you gonna
got
get
no
up and like go into the
questions.
same room and then get like
If
go
Chris
get a
isn't
pizza?
careful,
We've been doing this shit for 3 years. Yeah, it's like we're
yeah, we
married.
might as well be. Yeah,
I had no questions.
this was
Dustin
Chris's
gave
fault,
us nothing.
is what I'm
Nothing.
He texted us.
I
didn't,
got nothing.
I didn't get anything.
I think what we're learning here is that none of you can read.
No, Brittany, there you go. Now that's something I would say. Good work.
There it is.
Good work.
It's all coming around now.
Just throw a little more profanity in it.
Yeah, you gotta lay.
You
lay some-
motherfuckers.
Yeah, there you go.
Cocksuckers
Lay
can't
some
read.
insults with profanity, and you'll be good, Brittany. Make sure you look them square in the face when you tell them to fuck off, too, so they know you're serious.
I wish my beard would stay in place.
It's not a problem.
That's what she said.
The womb broom. Was that too much? I
Wow,
apologize.
I'd never heard that before. That was a good one.
That's a good one, Tony. I like that one.
That is a good one.
Wow.
What else you got for us, Dustin?
Yep.
Well, I was gonna see if our guests had anything they wanted to throw in the mix. I think Chris had a few things.
Yeah, I did have a few things.
Chris and
Actually,
Dustin?
2 different categories.
No shit.
What movies would be better with motorcycles in them, or more motorcycles in them?
All, any
of them?
movie.
All of them. Next question.
10 Commandments.
Specifically,
I want
Specifically.
Moses in the desert calling ass on a
Yeah.
motorcycle.
I think
Days of Thunder.
they missed their. I think the motorcycle industry missed their calling when Fast and the Furious came out, because they're like 14 movies deep into that series, and they could have certainly interjected motorcycles at any point and kept
There was
that.
ones
did.
in the first one.
In the first
for like
one, they had some
30
crotch rockets.
seconds.
It's the first time I heard the word crotch rocket was Fast and the Furious.
But what I'm saying though is that there's, like I said, there's 14 more movies, so that they missed their opportunity there.
They did.
They did.
Damn, I'm trying to think of a movie that
Forrest
should have
Gump.
had motorcycle in it.
Yeah, he wouldn't have to run anywhere.
That motherfucker was a running fool.
Ride, Forrest, ride.
Goddamn ping pong champion.
still works.
Right for us.
Ride, Forrest, ride.
Yeah.
Tom Hanks in a leather jacket.
Mr. Rogers.
Well, back then, maybe a fringe vest in the 60s.
Isn't it funny though how sometimes a motorcycle gets put into a movie, and like I'll use the first, Top Gun and Maverick, right? Everybody remembers the motorcycle scenes from a movie that's all about airplanes,
Oh, yeah.
That's a good point.
right? So you could plop a motorcycle into any, where I think, oh, hey, speaking of,
Goddamn Maverick was a cinematic
does anybody
masterpiece.
remember the Chuck Norris movie that he rode a motorcycle with like Uzis on the front of it?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, wait, which one was that?
Force, wasn't it?
Was that Invasion USA or Delta
Yeah, I
Force?
think it was Delta Force. where he
I
had
think
the
it was
little-
Delta Force.
The mini
Yeah.
rockets that he shot off
Yeah,
the
see,
handlebars and stuff.
Out of the back.
Right?
Yeah.
Even Chuck Norris knew that it was cool to have a motorcycle. And if Chuck Norris knows it's cool, then,
Yeah.
Lorenzo Lamas even made him cool. And
James
there's nothing
Bond
about
should
that
have
guy
had more
that's cool.
motorcycles. Fuck those Aston Martins.
Did you see No Time to Die? He had a motorcycle in that.
That was just
Yeah, he
one
did.
movie. He needs to be in every movie.
Cool
You know, I
stunt,
always had
though.
that Aston Martin in every movie. Fuck that thing. Get rid of that.
What
Thing's
about
worthless.
did Bruce Willis ever have a motorcycle in a movie? Oh yeah, he did.
In one
He
of the
did a
diehards.
couple times.
In one of the
Pulp Fiction.
diehards.
Pulp Fiction.
What's that?
Pulp Fiction. He
Pulp
had a
Fiction.
chopper.
He wrote an FXR in Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, he had a chopper.
Yep, he had an FXR chopper in Pulp Fiction.
He
Dustin,
had to
do you
go
know what
through
he-
some shit to get that chopper.
Oh yeah, Dustin. Do you remember what he wrote in? Was it in Die Hard? He wrote.
I thought he had one in Die Hard, but now that I'm thinking about it, I don't remember.
I
anything
don't
about it.
remember a
That
motorcycle.
made him
Not,
have
not
one
Die
in
Hard
Die
1.
Hard.
It's one of the later
No,
ones.
no.
Okay.
That fucker flew into New York or something and got in that fucking building and was fucked.
Every Christmas. I mean,
Yeah.
Mark Wahlberg just had a motorcycle in a movie not too long ago.
Oh yeah.
I don't remember the name of it. It was maybe straight to Netflix. I don't remember the name of that one. But what movie would be better?
Any
King Kong had a motorcycle in it too, didn't it?
I mean, at some point they all have a motorcycle.
No. The dinosaur movies had motorcycles, the new ones.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
Jurassic Park.
The
Mary
dinosaur
Poppins.
movies.
Fuck that.
Mary
bicycle.
Poppins?
Put her on a motorcycle.
I still
Put her
say
on a
Forrest
Honda. You
Gump.
meet the nicest people on a Honda.
They can sing Chim Chimney and
They
ride
can
their
chim
motorcycles.
chimney all day long. And put one in ET. Fuck that bike. With the
He
basket.
needed a Honda
Going
50,
across the moon.
didn't he?
Yep. He needed a Honda too.
Yep. Yeah, he could have rode one of those Honda Cubs with the basket in front
He
of it.
could have. He could have.
And he
had
could
the
have put
Honda
ET
Cub.
right in the basket and just cruise
Now we're
along.
talking. There we go.
Yep.
I think all the Marvel movies needed more cap on a motorcycle.
He was
Yeah,
I agree
yeah.
with that.
he was riding the Slim, wasn't he? Wasn't he the Softail Slim rider?
On Winter Soldier, I think.
Yeah.
Now, I
You
think
guys know your fucking movies.
Oh yeah, they do.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know.
I remember
All the
'cause-
Marvel movies are the same to me.
Yeah.
They all blend together.
So of course I know Dustin longer, but he used to work at a game store. He used to work at a GameStop. He used to manage one in Litchfield over here. And I tell you what, I would go in there and kind of be getting back into the gaming thing. And this is back when we were playing. And I would ask him about a game, and he knew about every single game that I inquired about. The guy's he's a
I
walking
used to be a
knowledge.
I
fucking
had to be
musician
there,
in Pac-Man.
Yeah.
I was magical.
Yeah.
Magical and Pac-Man and Donkey Kong.
Was this back in 1985, Tony?
Yes.
Classics.
The first Atari, right?
I used to roll around with a fucking roll of quarters in my pocket at all times.
Did you
Ready
did
to
you play
roll,
Miss
son.
Pac-Man?
Ready to roll. No, fuck
Okay,
that bitch.
I got a question
She
for.
swallows, dude. Come on.
I
Well,
got
so does Pac-Man, technically. I mean,
I got a question for. I got a
Even
question
Junior
for Chris.
Pac-Man.
I got a question for Chris and Dustin,
Oh,
but I think
Chris,
it's probably
why?
more. It's probably more towards Chris.
that's fine.
Okay.
If it's about motorcycles.
No, it's not. It's actually not about motorcycles. This is about gaming because I only was on like 2 or 3 gaming systems, and I like actually stopped at the first Nintendo. But
Okay.
I had a gaming system prior to any of those that was.
And television.
Yes, look at this guy.
ColecoVision.
I had the Intellivision. I did. And it was like the most difficult gaming system that was out. Like everyone, every kid got Atari, and my mom's husband came home with this television, and I was like, I want to choke you with this corded thing right now. You had to slip
There was
a little,
one even before that. Was it the Odyssey?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Magnavox.
Magnavox Odyssey. I had one of those.
Technically,
but-
there was one before that, too. The
But-
Texas
okay, so-
Instruments computer that had a couple of game cartridges, which I owned.
Did you guys ever ever play an Intellivision?
Yeah.
I
it's
know.
nice.
Yeah. I had an Intellivision,
It
ColecoVision.
Oh man, that thing was that was brutal. That was
I thought it was brutal to start with Atari.
Hey man, the Atari 2600 was great shit.
The Intellivision was the thing, man. I mean, we used to play that on guard duty at night in the barracks. 'Cause a couple of guys had those, and they were like leaps and bounds above Atari.
And then the ColecoVision came out. That had like a legit version of Donkey Kong on it.
Yeah.
You know what happened to me? This is what happened to me.
Oh, God.
I had the Nintendo, and then I discovered sex and no more video games.
Now look at you.
It's possible to do both.
Now look at
Didn't
me.
seem to work out for you there, Ryan.
Go back to the games, please.
Yeah, go back to the games.
You did bring something up though that I was gonna talk about anyway. It's I know very little about motorcycles. I know this is shocking. There was a game I played a lot in the '90s on Sega Genesis.
Excited
Road
Bike.
Rash. Road Rash.
Road Rash.
Road
okay.
Rash, yep.
Yeah.
Particularly Road Rash 2. If you want to play some fun ass motorcycle racing, that was my game.
What was the motorcycle game that came out? That was, I don't remember if it was on Nintendo. I feel like it was before Nintendo. That was set up looking sideways, kind of like Commando. Is that Road Rash?
Tony already
Excite
said it.
Bike.
Yeah, it's Excite Bike.
Excite
yeah.
Bike.
Excite Bike. That's what it was. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I
Absolute
remember
classic.
those Nintendo, the Blades of Steel.
Oh yeah.
You could fight, God damn it! You didn't want to play hockey. You wanted to get to the fights, cutscene.
NHL '94.
Do you guys remember what preceded Tony Hawk's? Do you guys remember the Town and Country Surf Designs that was on
TNC?
Yeah, TNC that was on was that on Nintendo?
I believe it was NES.
These boys roll deep.
Yeah, they do roll deep. Jesus, I don't know anybody that knew that game. I thought that was strictly like a Southern California. That game was hard as fuck, by the way.
Yeah, it was. Yes. It was. Yeah, no, absolutely.
It was impossible to play that game.
It was impossible. Yeah, I would agree.
So, what other games had motorcycles in them? Anything more recent?
Yeah, the zombie one. Chris played it. Days Gone.
Days Gone, yeah.
Okay.
Also, Mad Max, the game didn't it have motorcycle? I mean, I know he has the car, but I think you can ride a motorcycle on that too.
I think there was
that's mainly about his car.
You guys are way too current for me.
There was a
Ghost
racing
Rider
movie where you could choose two different bikes too. What was that one? Or not
what
a racing movie? A racing game where there was mainly cars, but there was two motorcycles, and one was a sport bike and one was a chopper.
I might need more info. I don't know.
That one I'm trying to think.
Was it like arcade, like an arcade game?
No, this was on a gaming system. I remember it was like, because you could build and upgrade your car, but there was only two motorcycles that were available in that game, and one was a chopper and one was a sport bike.
Was it like a Gran Turismo? Like we talking 3D? Was this a 3D game?
I was going to say.
It was like a POV game, but you did get to see your bike, but you only saw the version when you were on it. Man, I wish I could remember the name of it because it was all track. It was all track on a track too.
You know what console it was for? Or
no.
No.
Yeah,
well, that narrows it down.
Yeah.
What was that motorcycle game?
Narrows it down completely. There's like 47 different game consoles.
What was that motorcycle game on a console?
One game with two motorcycles in it.
Did it have a cartridge or was it a CD?
That would help.
That'd be a yes.
Maybe narrow
that
it
would
down.
cut it in about a half. Yeah.
The cartridge.
It must have been a cartridge game because I don't remember. I never had a system that had a CD on it, so I don't remember it though. You know. Here's what really.
You didn't have the original PlayStation.
I was gonna say, yeah. There's some that
I stopped gaming when a buddy of mine got an Xbox and he got Halo, and I was like, I can't look one way, walk another way, and shoot a guy on like. Now I was like, fuck this, I'm done. I can't do that. That's too many hand-eye coordinations. All I need is two boobies and I'm good.
And yet you can cross-dress.
Yes.
Yep. This doesn't take any effort. It takes so little effort.
Who did your makeup tonight?
My 15-year-old did my makeup tonight.
She did a good job.
Not if you see it up close, she didn't
quite well.
I look like a hooker you don't want to meet.
That's why he has a beard to hide the stretch marks.
Around my mouth, Tony?
Yeah.
Chris, you said you had two things. What was your other thing? You said motorcycles or movies that would be better with a motorcycle. What was your other thing?
Okay. The other thing is, what motorcycles from sci-fi, fantasy, whatever, would you want to see real?
Akira's motorcycle. Oh,
Tron.
Okay,
yeah,
I'm wrong.
Tron would be cool.
I want a light trail behind me. God damn it.
Yeah.
Okay, but here's the thing: Tron or Tron Legacy.
Well,
See,
they're cooler in
you guys are
Legacy.
fucking outclassing me.
They're way
again,
cooler
man.
in Legacy.
I only know the one with the dude.
The dude's in both of them.
There's dudes in both of them.
Yeah.
He's in one of them as two different characters.
The younger dude.
He's literally the younger dude in both.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I think I
the
have
newer
more.
one. Just say the newer
I'm
one.
more
You make a hell of a
nostalgic.
Caucasian, Jackie.
Yeah.
I want to see the old Tron bike, but I'm not looking. I mean, I'm like more realistic, right? I know there's going to be no light trail behind me, but I would like to see a Tron bike that was all lit up like that you actually sat in that position in a road that was all lit up like that, right? But that was actually a bike that you could ride now. I think that would be super cool.
The one in the Dark Knight was a bad motherfucker too.
Mm-hmm.
The Tumbler.
Oh,
Yeah.
The
Now,
Tumbler
Tumblr's
pod.
is tank.
The Tumbler
Tumbler's
pod.
is tank. The Tumbler pod.
pod. Yes.
The Bat pod.
Yes.
good Lord.
Yeah, see, we're completely outclassed here, man.
Good Lord.
The motorcycle you want to see from a fantasy is Akira's motorcycle, right?
Kaneda's,
That's the
Kaneda's
coolest
bike from
one.
Akira.
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't know
Who's
about
Akira?
that.
It's the coolest.
Anime from
Just
the
Google
80s, man.
just Google Akira motorcycle. It's badass.
Yes, it is badass.
What movie is
The
this
Lawmaster from
Akira.
Judge
That's
Dredd.
the movie.
From a
name.
magnet, from a book. They made it into
I think
an anime.
Tony, I think Akira is like a cartoon cosplay situation.
Is there
Am I
nudity
wrong?
in it?
Anime.
It's an
Anime,
anime.
yeah.
Consider it
It's
anime.
classic,
That's what
yeah.
I call it. Yeah.
Technically, you're in cosplay right now, Ryan.
This.
That was.
I think
anime.
riding a motorcycle is cosplay, Dave. I mean, we all get dressed up. We put on our cosplay outfits, and we go on and get on our motorcycle.
Man, usually when you dress up in all leather like that, you're headed for
Somewhere.
business.
If you dress up in leather like that, you're coming out of Brittany's closet.
I knew that joke was coming.
Hey, Brittany, is your favorite Steely Dan song "Peg"?
No,
Brittany, do you know who Steely Dan is?
No.
I cannot think of one of their songs, but I know the
Oh
name.
my God! Oh.
I'm sure if you played one, I'd recognize it.
She's more of an Alanis Morissette fan, I think.
High
Isn't
five.
that ironic?
Let's do it. I'm a fan.
Isn't that ironic? You know who Alanis Morissette is, don't you, Brittany?
Yes.
Okay. She had to think about that for a minute.
Had to
Yeah,
think
the
about that
name
one.
threw me off.
Jagged Little Pill.
It was like one of my kids was like, "Who's Kurt Cobain?" I had to smack him in the face.
He's the guy who did the Nirvana clothing.
I was
brand.
like, I did not raise you right.
Nirvana clothing brand. So, hey guys, have you? This is for the Nerds Geeks guys. Have you guys seen any good horror movies lately?
yeah.
Turn us on to something good because I've been
Bring it
trying to
on,
watch a
then.
horror movie and I can't find shit.
What do you like? Tell me what you like. I'm your horror therapist.
Have
Well-
you guys seen that Winnie the Pooh kills people shit movie?
I mean,
The Blood and Honey? Not yet.
Yeah.
it's so stupid.
So,
It's so stupid.
my 16-year-old son comes upstairs the other day and says he watched some fucking movie that people are leaving the theater.
Terrifier.
Terrifier.
Terrifier 2, yeah.
Yeah, Terrifier 2.
So what's going on with that?
Have you seen the first one? Anyone seen
No.
the first one?
No, I don't know what
No.
it is.
Dustin seen it?
Dude, Jackie
Yep.
watched it last night.
Oh,
The best scene involves something like this, and then something coming down like this. You know what I'm talking
It's
about?
the worst case of
Yeah.
scissoring you've ever seen.
Yeah.
yes.
It's a real scissoring. Terrifier is a nasty, mean slasher movie, zero budget,
Clown
made
movie,
by.
yeah.
He's like this killer clown guy. He doesn't play by the rules.
Yeah.
He's disgusting. He's filthy, and he's a murderer.
We
It's-
should have put him in the slasher segment.
It's
for
vile.
you.
Yeah.
It's a vile film.
Pretty much everything I hate so far. So
Can we get him to guest on a future episode?
Art
So
the
is
Clown.
it that
Yeah.
disturbing?
It's just very visual. I mean, and the first one,
It's gory. Yeah.
I haven't seen the second
But
one
is
yet.
it realistic gore or is it like
Yes.
like the Reanimator or
No, it's
you
not
know,
like Reanimator. It's more
No.
realistic than Reanimator.
All right.
Shout out to Jeffrey Combs.
It's realistic, but turned up to 11.
what's
Yeah.
So
the,
it's like there's
what's
a
the
little
best,
extra blood. There's a little, yeah.
What's the best horror movie with gratuitous sexuality?
From Dusk Till Dawn.
That's pretty good. That's a pretty horny movie.
I actually do you guys so that's a good question. Is Dusk Till Dawn considered a horror movie? Because
Of
I'm
course.
not a horror movie
Yeah.
fan, and I've seen Dusk Till Dawn multiple times.
Yeah, there's vampires in it.
Yeah.
The goddamn
That
Tom
was
Savini
vampire
has a
horror
gun
movie?
dick.
Right.
Of course, it's a horror movie.
A gun dick.
I mean, it's got Selma Hayek dancing with a snake, for God's sakes.
And it's loaded.
Yeah.
See that to me that takes it completely out of horror movie class.
No, that's
No, with all the
horrifying.
vampires and the
There's
kills from there.
vampires.
See, I
Yeah.
don't consider vampires horror necessarily.
Well, what are they? Is it a romantic?
But when they're
comedy?
like ripping people's throats out,
Yeah, there's
Yeah, it's a
crazy
that
gore.
new interview with
violence.
vampires romantic fucking show.
staking some
I
of
love
them.
it.
No,
I mean, the
it ain't. It ain't no goddamn
Marin,
Twilight. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Cheech Marin going on saying every version of the word pussy that he could in one sentence without taking a breath. I don't know if that can
Yes.
classify itself as a horror movie. That's
Horror
where
comedy
I'm
is a
at with
thing.
that.
It's a horror film
Yeah.
with some comedy elements, I would say.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So Terrifier's out. All right, moving on.
Yep.
Black Phone is an awesome movie.
I saw that. That was a good movie.
I haven't seen it yet.
You haven't seen it?
Because I keep asking my wife to watch it, and she's like, "No, at this time." And we watch something else.
Is that on Netflix?
It's
It's
on
on Peacock right
Paramount
now.
or Peacock.
Peacock,
It's actually a pretty good movie.
Yeah, it's a really good
Pretty
one. Of the better
legit,
ones.
yeah.
Did you guys see? Because this is the last movie I saw in the theater. Did you see Smile?
I haven't yet.
No.
Like a
It was
no
recommended to
I
me,
don't think
but I'd like to see it.
God damn.
I'm gonna be honest. I had to stop watching horror movies after Blair Witch because I wet my pants. So
The
You were too busy
Witch
having
was
sex at
fucking
that point.
Yeah.
right.
That was a creepy fucking movie, man.
Yeah.
And the thing was, is there like really nothing scary. I mean, nothing like gory about it. It was
There's
just
nothing to
fucking
it.
creepy.
Yeah.
Just played with your head.
Yeah.
Well, and I would say Blair Witch is so effective because, particularly at the time, there was all this extra stuff. The marketing was incredible.
Right.
Number one, they had a fake documentary on Sci-Fi Channel about
Yep.
the history of the Blair Witch and how it's real.
Yep.
People didn't know it wasn't real.
Right.
They were the
then-
first. They were one of the first movies to leverage the internet because they put that crying snot half face scene out as a clip
Right.
on the internet with nothing. It was just that, and
Well, they
people
had a
were
whole
trying to figure
website.
out if it was like legitimately like a kidnapping or if it was real.
it was a creepy fucking movie.
Because it was right
Yeah.
around like AOL was still a thing. People were still using dial-up,
99.
and that segment like hit the internet, and everybody was like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah, you
I
had
think
to download
what the
it.
story goes, that movie
Yeah.
was made for $50,000.
well,
the
my
original
ass
wasn't
would've been
much.
Made for
out.
nothing.
Yeah, I think
Made
it
for
was
nothing.
less than that.
Made a shit ton though.
It
Yeah.
did.
I mean, it
Similar story
basically
on-
started the whole film or found footage genre.
I don't know.
for-
I don't know if
for
it started
horror.
it, but it definitely.
I mean,
fueled an
really,
explosion
excelled
at that
it.
point.
Excelled it.
Yeah. There was one. Was there one in this? Was it in the 70s or early 80s? That was the first found footage film. I can't remember the name of it.
Talking about Campbell Holocaust.
Yeah.
I would call that one of the pioneers, probably.
Yeah.
In the early '90s, there was a British one called Ghost Watch. It's like
Yes.
1990, I think. It resulted in an actual suicide. It was a brutal movie.
Right.
It's really cool.
It's
They,
hard to
they aired
find.
it. They aired it on TV and didn't say it wasn't real.
Right.
And they aired it as if it were a news program. It was like a War of the
Well,
Worlds situation.
yes and no. They kind of. I saw that if you watch on, I think it's Shudder or Netflix, they've got kind of the documentary behind that, and
Ghost
they
Watch?
left all sorts of clues out for that it was an actual show, especially since it had the guy from the BBC sci-fi show Red Dwarf in it as one of the
Yeah, it had real
reporters.
actors in it, but they
Red
made it
Dwarf.
like it was a real show.
He was in Fisting Fireman 5. Was I
Oh
wrong?
Jesus!
Am I wrong?
So wrong.
Am I wrong?
I was. I thought.
No one's
I
going to
thought.
admit to answering that question. Am I wrong? I don't know.
I've only seen the first four, so I can't tell you.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
That's good.
So Dustin, you just mentioned found footage. Then you must have seen the that documentary then about the guy that lived with the bears for many years, and then he
Sure.
ended up getting
And it ends
mauled
up,
by the bears, right?
Not
And
good
then-
for him. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was
Boy,
actual
guy was a fucking
real
brain
life
surgeon,
found
wasn't he?
footage.
Yeah, that was
What's
real.
that?
That guy was fucking brilliant.
Yeah,
I was watching that documentary. I was like, this cocksucker's going to get eaten. I mean, I knew how this was going to end. I mean, it was a no-brainer.
Yeah. What a crazy movie. What a crazy
Yeah.
guy.
But that was actual like legitimate found footage. I mean, that was, you know what I mean?
You know what I rewatched from the 90s?
I mean, I would just call that a documentary. Is what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clerks. Come
Clerks
on.
Oh, I haven't
great.
watched that in a
Clerks
while.
is a great movie.
Oh, my God, dude.
The original.
They started
Clerks?
talking about 36 dicks. I almost peed my pants. I mean,
Well, they just the newest one's getting released on digital.
what? There's
Yeah.
Clerks 3?
Yeah.
No,
Clerks
Clerks
3, yeah.
4. Isn't
Is
it
it
Clerks
4?
4?
No, it's
Is
three.
it 3?
Honestly, don't know.
No, you're
Yeah,
right.
it's
It must
three.
be 3.
It's 3.
You're
Clerks 2 was
adding
the-
Mallrats into that.
Yeah,
I
I'm
think.
thinking about
Yeah.
Mallrats. I'm always thinking about Mallrats.
Well, that show,
Which
that
Mallrats
show
has
was
one of the
brilliant.
best comic book conversations with Stan Lee.
It's got Stan Lee. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, talking about all the superheroes junk.
Hey, Mallrats legitimately filmed in a real life mall in Minnesota. Up
When
near
malls
where I
were
live,
cool.
just so you guys know.
I remember when malls were cool. You'd go hang out in the mall. You could see Tiffany or what was that, Debbie Gibson
Yeah.
at the mall.
Tony, did you see Tiffany performing in a mall
No, I didn't.
in
I
Florida?
missed that.
In South Florida?
I
Did she
missed
show up
that.
in South Beach?
She probably did. She was a little bit of a hooker. She was in Playboy.
She was in Playboy.
Have you guys seen Chopping Mall?
Shopping mall.
Chopping
That sounds
Mall?
like a horror movie.
It
Sure
does.
is.
That would be.
It's like the heyday of malls, and the concept is that there's this. It's smack dab in the 80s, and the concept is that there's this new security force in this mall, these highly sophisticated robots that will keep everything in the mall secure at night, but they get struck by lightning, and they start murdering people.
You know, that happened in Spider-Man too, with that little short in the back of Octavia's neck.
You know, the last horror movie I watched was about a fucking
Pegging?
chair. No, it was about a chair that like ate people.
Yeah.
And I don't remember what it's called. I think it was on like Amazon Prime or something. It was so ridiculous. We were
Dude,
like,
I
let's
always
go
thought
watch
that
this.
fucking chair in Pee Wee's Playhouse was going to eat some kid.
Cherry.
What was that movie
Cherry,
that had the
yep.
biting vagina in it that had the teeth?
Teeth. The movie's called Teeth.
Yep.
Yep, there it is.
Ryan, put that on your list.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Ryan's looking it up right now. He's got his browser going. He's like, I gotta
That
see
was
that damn
one
thing.
angry for JJ.
I think the sequel to that was called Jennifer's Body, wasn't it?
Called the nut muncher.
Oh man.
Did it have uppers and lowers, or was it just like one?
All I know is that some bitch had a clean bite.
That'll
Be
ruin
pissing
your
through a stump.
Any more favorite genital mutilation films we want to talk about?
That's the only one.
Tomahawk.
Bone
Wasn't that in-
Tomahawk.
Wasn't that in one of those Saw movies? Didn't they have that chair with the thing on it?
Maybe.
Okay, hold on.
I
I've
don't
seen
know.
them
They
all,
had
but
a
they've
lot of
all run
Saw
together.
movies.
Yeah, hold on a second. So I need to get your guys' take since you guys are really
The
since you guys
first
are
Saw
really
was good.
like into all this stuff. One of my favorite kind of I don't know if you'd call it suspense or horror or thriller movies of all time ever made is the movie Seven. What do you guys think of Seven?
7 was strong.
It's good. Yeah, it's really
It's a
good.
good movie.
What's in the box? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a classic.
I thought
damn,
that
is it
movie
a
I thought that
classic?
movie was great.
Now it is.
It's considered to be.
Yeah.
It's considered to be a classic.
Yeah.
It sort of ruined thrillers for a while because every movie wanted to be Seven.
Yeah.
And,
Right.
7 was
Speaking of
strong.
mutilation, back
This is my makeup artist, just so you guys know.
Well, her
did.
makeup looks a lot better than yours.
I know her makeup is way better, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys have like a favorite, like top all time, like horror thriller, like in that genre, like legitimately, like, and not something that we might know, or most people might know, like say a top horror movie, a top big budget horror movie.
Okay. Top big budget horror movie. That's
I
tough.
think DK probably knows mine.
Top big budget horror for you?
Yeah. It's an old one.
The
Is
Exorcist?
there big budget
Yeah.
horror movies?
Is it The
I was
Exorcist?
saying, it was pretty good budget for its time, but
Oh yeah.
The
Yeah.
Exorcist,
Absolutely. Yeah. That's
especially
That
since
was
I
best.
lived a couple blocks from the actual St. Louis Exorcist house, the real one.
that'll get you interested
Yeah.
for sure.
So
I don't know, but I'm having trouble narrowing it down. There's so many subgenres. The problem is I'm too into horror, so
Yeah.
there's so many subgenres floating around in my mind that I'm almost just not sure what to say. I don't know. If we're going along the same lines as a big budget thing like The Exorcist, I loved It Follows a couple years ago.
Oh,
That
I
was
just
really good.
rewatched. I
That's
just
a good
rewatched
one.
that a couple months
It
ago.
Follows is one of my favorites. It's just one of my favorite movies. Period. Horror or not.
I don't
It's
think I've
the
ever
soundtrack.
seen that.
The soundtrack is like, oh, I want it all over me. Give me the
Dustin
soundtrack.
Dustin, if you liked It Follows, you'll probably like on some level Smile. But
Yeah, I've heard it's real
not,
similar.
you may not like the ending because
Yeah.
it kind of ruined it for
What
you.
is It Follows?
I've seen the head swing. It Follows is awesome. It's a story about these teens who encounter a sex curse, the best kind of curse. If you have sex with someone,
That's what happened to Ryan.
yeah, a sex curse.
Yeah.
If you have sex with someone who has the curse, it now this creature, this being, this spirit, whatever it is now following you. So wherever you are, always know that thing is walking towards you from somewhere towards your location. No matter where you are, it's coming towards you. It's walking towards you. It can look like anyone. It can look like someone you know. It can look like someone you don't know. It could be a stranger.
Well, I gotta watch this.
It's incredible.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It was probably
really good.
pretty low budget.
Is it on
You think it was
Netflix?
low budget?
It's not low budget, but it certainly isn't like The Exorcist.
Kind of
I
a
bet The
mid,
Exorcist
yeah.
got more money.
Is it on Netflix?
I
I'm
think
not
so.
sure where it's at right now, but it is usually on those bigger streaming platforms. Yeah, you'll be able to
Right.
find it without much trouble.
It Follows.
The soundtrack, dude, the soundtrack is incredible.
If it involves a sex curse, is there actual sex in it?
It's more implied. You see a little
No,
bit, but
I'm out.
there's
I'm
no
out.
full. I mean, look, what Hollywood
It's hard
movie
to follow up Fisting Fireman. I'm
is
here
going
to
to give
tell
you
you.
penetration. I mean, you're just not going to get it.
Yeah.
It's not a particularly horny movie. It doesn't dwell on the sex. You think it might, but it doesn't. It's got a whole other tone.
Because
on Red Team.
even Jason kills people that are doing it. So I mean,
Oh yeah.
that's
Kevin
like
Bacon.
that's like
Jason's
what-
thing, man.
yeah, I know that's his thing.
You know, of all five
I
of the
think
dirty
his dick
bikers,
rotted off, and that's the reason he was so pissed off.
Right.
of all the 5 dirty bikers, Ryan would die first because he never has pants on.
That's.
I mean, tell you what, I would be the first motherfucker out. The first thing that's a little hinky, I'm gone.
Yeah, I mean,
But isn't that usually the first guy that dies is the one that
Yeah.
tries to escape
No, because
first?
I'll be
coward.
way premature.
Yeah.
I'll be
The
gone
coward.
way.
He'd
way
be, he'd
before
be the
shit
one
starts
stuck in the
getting
doggy
scored.
door in the garage.
And I wouldn't say a word to you motherfuckers. I'd just leave you.
Yeah, and we'd find your body at the end.
Nope.
Yeah.
I'm going to
We'd
be
be like,
hiding in the
oh,
shed
that's
with all
where
the
Tony
knives.
was. That's the
What was
worst
that
place to
commercial?
hide.
What was that
Tony-
commercial where they hide in the barn with all like the fucking weapons and shit? In the horror movie.
Found Tony
Not a
down
good
the
place
trail.
to hide.
Had no dick.
And no dick.
He bled out.
The man's working with a stump, I tell you. Looks like a tuna can.
Trying to do the math on that one. I don't know. More like a half of a push pop or something.
Did you have a tuna can hole on your glory board there?
That's
Is
for
that one of your
the
holes?
that one's low because it had to use a big saw for that one. It's a lot of diameter there, a lot of girth.
I got a question though. How have we gone this far? Me and Chris do a nerd show. You guys do a motorcycle show. How have we not talked about Ghost Rider?
Yeah.
Come on,
That
Dustin. I
movie's
know you
dumb.
want to talk about Ghost Rider.
Well, I thought it would come eventually. We were talking about motorcycles and which one would you like to see become real? I mean, that would be at the top of my list because who wouldn't want to ride on something that's on fire?
Which version? There have been a lot of shitty versions of Ghost Rider, and then
The
there's,
one
of course,
with
the original.
Nicolas
Cage.
Cage, where he had that
No,
big
that was
Oh, I don't know.
fucking
Comics.
motorcycle with all
I
the
was gonna
chains
say.
on it.
That was
The
talking about
19
comics.
the 1990s Danny Ketch Ghost Rider motorcycle
Bad.
that had the big black front end on it.
Whatever that is amazing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, Chris and Dustin, go ahead and let everybody know listening where they can find you guys on social media.
Chris, should you do this? I always get it
No,
wrong.
go for it. You're fine.
All right.
Fine.
Okay. All right. We have Twitter at GeekSyncs. We have a Gmail, nerdsgeeksinks@gmail.com. We have a Discord server, which is probably the coolest place to hang out. Lots of cool people in there talking all the news, all the interesting things. That's mostly it, right?
Yep.
I have a Bandcamp.
Facebook.
Oh yeah, that I was just going to talk about myself.
Go for
I
it.
have a Bandcamp where I do like electronic, sort of like horror movie music. Like, what if John Carpenter sucked and loved Nintendo? That's what my music sounds like. So it's decreft.bandcamp.com.
This one time at Bandcamp.
Yes. I went to Bandcamp for many years.
Where
that never
can
happened.
people find your podcast?
Wherever podcasts are served. We're everywhere. iTunes, Spotify, everywhere.
Stitcher.
Yep. Good Pods.
All the places.
Amazon.
Yep. If you can find us, you can find them.
Look behind you. We're already there.
Yes.
All right. So I'm going to do a challenge for the FDB community. I want everybody in FDB that listens to our podcast to get out there and give these guys some love, download some of their podcasts, listen to them, and hit us up. Don't mind Tony's glory hole. and then I want you guys to give us a shout out on our Discord and let us know that you downloaded a couple and you gave these guys a listen. So we want to see if we can raise their profile and give these guys a listen. Give a shout out to them on their on any of their social medias, or put a review up so they get some more love on the interwebs. So FDB community, get out there. Don't be a dick. Check these guys out.
Very much appreciated.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
And I guarantee it, if you guys are into movies, comics, games, these guys know their stuff. Go check it out. It's a fun
I'm going
time.
to go watch It Follows.
Hell yeah.
Please let me know what you thought of it. I'd be interested to know. I think it's a great movie.
It's very original.
Drag Me to Hell is another good one that's kind of in that same.
I love it.
Yes.
A goat calls a woman a bitch.
Yep.
All right, before we go, we want to let everybody know that we have brand new merch on 5dirtybikers.com. Go check it out. We got a new Halloween themed shirt, which we plan to keep around for a while because it turned out really good. So that's for sale.
And if you don't buy one, Kim Moto follows.
Well, and don't forget, we got old merch you may not have bought yet. Go buy it.
You don't want that fucker behind you, I can tell you that.
I will find you. Tony, I did actually get verification this weekend from somebody riding behind me for an extended period of time that my bike is obnoxious and loud as fuck now.
Yes, it is very
Yes,
obnoxious.
it is.
You've had that verification.
Nobody has
before.
to ride behind you to know this.
He
to
rode
hear it
behind me for like
once.
100 miles, and he was like, okay. He's like, it's loud as fuck. It's obnoxious.
I mean, you can just watch the ozone disappear when you start that fucker up.
I can't even put gloves on my seat anymore. The whole thing vibrates.
Well, that may not be a bad thing.
No, it's not a bad.
Is that why you're cross-dressing now?
That's the reason he sets at stoplights for 2 or 3 cycles.
Hey, I'm just saying, if it was the beginning of the season and not the end of the season, I may never get off that thing.
I know you've been blipping your throttle a lot lately.
Well, don't knock it till you've tried it.
I like that little goblet too you got going on. What the hell's going on?
Completes the look there. Yeah. 10 out of 10.
That's right. It's Red Bull vodka.
That's the deal maker.
It's called panty dropper.
It's a deal breaker right there.
Depends on who you're talking to, I guess.
All right, I think we'll go ahead and wrap. We want to thank Dustin and Chris for being on the show tonight. Thank you guys very much. Make sure you go check out their podcast. Make sure you go buy some FDB merch because all that money that we make off that merch goes toward our autism bike build. We ought to have some new updates coming up on that soon. And until next time, you guys keep it dirty.